One of the most divisive debates in academia is whether one can separate the art from the artist. The argument thus being that art should be detached from the checkered past or character of the artist, that it should be seen or heard or judged dispassionately, even if the author was a truly terrible person. Well, did you know that Adolf Hitler, the man behind one of the worst genocides in history, the dictator who was responsible for the Holocaust, which led to the deaths, rape and torture of millions of Jews, was at some point in his early years hoping to be a music composer? Yes, believe it or not, let's delve deeper into this.
Imagine if Adolf Hitler had pursued his passion for music or art. Would the world as we know it be any different? Unburdened by the weight of what was arguably the worst crime against humanity, how different would our history be? Those are just some of the thoughts that one possibly will have at this rare exhibition. Hitler's admiration for German composer Richard Wagner is well documented, but the fact that the Nazi dictator attempted to write an opera himself may come as a surprise to many. Nevertheless, a page of the work entitled Wieland the Smith goes on display to the public for the first time in a new exhibition on young Hitler in St. Pölten, Austria.
There are so many myths about Hitler, there are so many stories, even in Austria, which is why it's actually good to show what we really know, what can be described as legends, and what we have documentary evidence for. Also, what was it about that man that was already dangerous? And in what sense was he just a child? I mean, he was not born a mass murderer.
A piano sketch dates back to 1908, when the future Nazi leader would have been around 20 years old. Long speculated about, but never before seen in public, the manuscript was apparently written after Hitler had only a few months of piano lessons. The single sheet is believed to be the only surviving page of an ambitious project based on Germanic mythology that closely apes an unfinished work by Wagner himself. The exhibition also displays objects belonging to Hitler collected by one of Hitler's few friends as a young man, August Kubizek. The objects are from Hitler's life as a young man between the years of 1907 and 1920. They include letters and postcards written by Hitler to Kubizek, as well as paintings and architectural sketches by the young man. Hitler sat the entrance examination for admission to Vienna's Academy of Fine Arts in both 1907 and 1908, but failed both times. Curators of the exhibition say that even those who knew Hitler at a tender age in Austria testified to his intransigent, aggressive character.
We see a very pronounced character here, a character who always blames others when something goes wrong. We see someone who is very, very strongly interested in politics and who sees no further progress as an artist. Someone who has already shown his prejudices, his resentments, especially against the Jews. All of this is documented for the first time here. There's a lot which is already present within him. He is already, so to speak, the killer.
In addition to tracing Hitler's personal history, the exhibition also seeks to explore the political and social context in Austria at the turn of the 20th century. In particular, it tries to explain how many of the ideas that would gain such prominence in Nazi ideology, racism, anti-Semitism, militarism, had long since reached the mainstream of Austrian society, including among sections of the left.
There are cartoons here that show how strongly anti-Semitism was present. There are pictures and paintings that show how racist and radical German nationalism already was, how eugenics and racial theories were already playing a big role in society. All social groups were affected by it. This context shows above how all those things that would later be decisive for Adolf Hitler and his ideology had already reached all parties in Austria to a greater or lesser extent.
The curators of this rare exhibition say they hope the display would help shed light on Hitler's character at a young age, and also dispel the ideas that justify his genocidal ideology. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.